Hi lovelies, I've had to take my earbuds out because I won't be able to hear what I'm saying. I don't know about you, but I've been asleep for 2 days. It was quite an intense full moon. I don't know if anyone else was feeling that, but night before the full moon I got shown my foundations, or what were my foundations. It was a mess. It looked a mess. It definitely was a mess. I've had quite a few visitations over this full moon. I've had my best friend Ty come through. I've had my dad come through last night to say thanks. I'm not quite sure what for. Yeah, so the veil's very thin at the moment, and also I was shown that there's this metamorphosis, you know, like the caterpillar stage going on. And when I emerged out of that, I went to the hairdressers. I let someone cut my hair, which is something that I don't normally do. So that is letting go of control. And I dyed it bright pink. I had a black fringe. Some people were like, oh no, I don't like that. I don't like that. Not that I cared. And then some people didn't even notice. So there's definitely this massive change going on, whether it be collective or not. I don't know, but I just wanted to share that with you. So we're going to ask what the energies are, messages from the fairies for this. I don't even know what day it is, but obviously these are timeless. When you see them, when you get them, that's when they're for you. I think my full moon one went out a bit early, but obviously I was bedded up for 2 days, so I couldn't do anything. It just felt better to be asleep. It felt more real to be asleep. Lots coming through. Energies are quite intense at the minute as well, quite heavy. Probably the weather. But yeah, so what do we have? Opportunities in this frequency at the moment. What messages do we have from the fairy realm? From the highest level, protection from the highest level, opportunities. What's the energy of the collective at the minute? Strength and the lovers. So strength is, and it's weird because I've just started watching Game of Thrones, but strength is, it's inner strength. It's not, it's mental strength, it's endurance, it's resilience, it's having the strength to overcome mental thought patterns. It's responding and not reacting. You know, it's all those elements of strength that we're being asked to, well, we're having to, I feel, you know, get resourceful with what are our strengths, what are our weaknesses. But that is the energy, the message that's coming through at the moment is strength. And it's important to, you know, going back to that dream about my dad last night, and he said thank you. Maybe he was just saying thank you for being strong. You know, thank you for not letting bitterness, anger, all those emotions take over you, because that in itself is a strength. Let's see what else we get. With the lovers at the bottom, I'll go on to that in a minute. See what else we've got that comes out with strength. Stay Stay strong. There's 2 cards there. Wish wisely. Let's get my glasses on. Well, I mean, that takes strength in itself. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. Now, that's a mind space. This is bottom of the deck. That's a mind space. That's about, yeah, making sure that, you know, our thoughts go out like little signals. We are little beams of antennae, if you like, and our thought patterns go out, and then our reality mirrors what it is, you know, that we are projecting out. And when we want to manifest, we have to make sure that we're not wishing for something that's not going to halt our progress. Come together and fairy spotting. So this is what I love about these cards, you know, the colours in them when they do come out, just looking at the colours are so in line with the actual main card that's come out. So strength we have. Come together. Fairies like to be busy, and a group of them is showing you that many hands make light work. Working as a team helps get the job done. This may be asking us to have strength in coming out, calling out when we need help. I've had to do it this morning. It's collective, coming together. As you can see, everybody there's got their own unique skills. They're all working together. And fairy spotting. So we'll get a bit more on that. It's time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. So again, this is this wish wisely. And they're both purple, they're both mind space, but it's like what? Slow connection, okay. It's like, what are you wishing for? Be mindful of your wishes, but it is believing that it can come without actually seeing it. A lot of people are, you know, oh well, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. It's, you have to believe. You, in manifesting things into the 3D, you have to have a strong belief in yourself. You have to be strong within your own self to actually manifest what it is that you want to bring about in the 3D. Let's see what healing cards we get. I mean, yeah, so if you actually, going back to that, seeing is believing, believing is seeing, you know, if you look around and all you see is destruction and the negative, then that is how it's going to be. We have to start seeing the beauty and the magic and the positive things in this world, bring them to the forefront of our minds. And that takes strength, especially when we're being bombarded by so much negativity. But it is about this, it's a mind thing. And when you've got a lot of people coming together, like-minded, that are all trying, you know, wanting to manifest the same thing, it's got a more powerful percentage of outcome, which is why I was saying about looking up at the sky and swearing and that. It's like it's not beneficial to the collective for us to, you know, we see you, we see what you're trying to do. You know, you've got to understand that everything on the outside is a distraction and a show. And we have the ability and the power to manifest the kind of reality or world that we want to live in, but it's going to take a lot of us coming together, doing it together. It's not a single job, it's a collective job. And in that, we're changing on the inside. Grateful. Oh, again, trying to reconnect. Here we go. So grateful it's a green heart space chakra, but like I just said, it's about seeing the beauty in the world. I don't know why it's buffering. Being grateful for what we have. But she's looking up and she said, oh my God, there's a butterfly today, you know. And just sitting in that gratefulness. 47, 11, 2. And in there, like this is like a manifestation of the kind of, you know, there's a bridge, someone's crossing a bridge, so it is crossing over to see the beauty. And that's not a butterfly, that's actually seeing the beauty in, you know, everything. Strength, takes strength to do that under such circumstances at the moment. And sincere relationships. Now these aren't, this isn't a man and a woman, this is, I think they're two females, but they're both looking in the same direction. They both have the same foundations, the same, you know, outlook is what I want to say, because they're both looking outwards in the same direction, and they're equally balanced. Sincere relationships are built on strong foundations. And again, that's that strength card. What are your foundations? What are the foundations that you know, you grew up on? If they're not that good, then they need stripping back down. They need recalibrating. Sincere relationships, but also the Lovers came out as well. Now that's brown, so that says to me that it's, you know, it's root chakra stuff. It's base. It's what are your values. The Lovers is again is the entwinement of the divine masculine and the divine feminine working in harmony with each other, and this happens when we do it on the inside first. And then we can attract sincere relationships on the outside that are based on loyalty and trust, in harmony with each other, in balance with each other. But that takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of strength to, you know, say no. But like I say, this is something, this feels very manifesting energy. We've got two green, gratefulness and come together. So, you know, calling out for a collective of, sorry, it keeps disconnecting, calling out for all those colours in there, but this being grateful for the connections that we have and bringing them together. It's really important that, like I say, this manifesting energy of what we want to create, like, that keeps disconnecting, and I don't know why, and I'm not sure what I can do about it. So come together, gratefulness, sincere relationships, and believing is seeing. Maybe if I move it a bit, I Don't know why it keeps doing that. Maybe it's a bad connection. I'm going to have to watch it back just to see what the hell's going on. So, give us a little bit more on strength. In what areas is this strength needed? So the devil. Now the devil can represent either addictions, patterns, chains. But this is where I said is, you know, tell me where the strength is needed. And he reminds me of distractions. He reminds me of things that are there that are trying to, one, take our energy, but two, get us off course. The devil energy can be obviously escapism, that kind of thing, but also it's a very, there's an energy behind it, a very sexual energy behind it. Without the devil energy we wouldn't have co-creation. But in that, the normal picture of the devil energy is he's sitting above the two lovers and they're asleep because they haven't awakened to their uniqueness, to their divine masculine, feminine. It can be codependency. But again, it's a lot of distraction. So we need strength in not becoming too wrapped up in what's going on around us, or other people's dramas, or the news, or whatever it is that can cause or create chains of attachments that we don't need at the moment. We're going to have to be very strong in cutting, being very selective about where our energy is going and what we're using it for. Wish wisely. She's taken her time. Bottom of the deck here, we had listen to your body as well. Again, it's the dragon. What's your body trying to say to you? Louise Hay's got a lovely book where she talks about, you know, ailments in the body and how they are mental thought patterns. So having a headache or what's the word? Migraines is putting too much pressure on oneself. You know, that was bottom of the deck anyway. So strength in not falling back into patterns, but also not getting distracted. What else do we need to know? Seven of Pentacles. This keeps coming out, and this is keep going, keep doing what you're doing. Harvest time. Keep creating that basket, weaving those dreams, studying what it is you're studying, and that she's getting help again, but she's perfecting her skill. And if that is fairy spotting, keep practicing that. When you say I believe, you are enforcing it. It's not, well, I'm going to believe it when I see it. It's like, I believe it and then you see it. It is that mind space. Keep practicing, coming together. And that gratitude. I mean, gratitude for what I have at this moment in time is a strength in itself. To have a grateful heart when there is so much heartache about at the minute. Six of Pentacles, again, that is equal balance. That could be gifts coming in, but it's an exchange of energy. We do things for the love of doing it, and the Six of Pentacles is an equal exchange of energy, of giving and receiving in balance. There could be gifts coming in, but the six it's equal. And that landed on the 7 as well. So it's keep going with what you're doing. Keep perfecting your skills, mastering your skills, studying. And then, you've got enough. She's handing out the fruit. She's got enough to give out. And, and she's receiving at the same time. Any more on the strength? Strength card. Oh, it's very heart-spaced. Stay. Oh, fell on the floor. Let's have a look. So the Knight of Cups. The Knight is a dreamer. The Knight can be news coming in. Creative news. It could be something creative that's going to be brought about, or it could actually be an offering. The Knight comes with an offering. You have to have a look in the cup. The Knight of Cups can be quite a young, or it's because it's a knight. It tends to represent something early in its age, if you like. So a new thought, a new idea, a new passion, or a new romance. But he comes with a cup, and it's up to us to decide whether that cup that he's offering is going to fulfill us. But again, it could be, we have to decide what we want in our own cup. But very romantic and dreamy. Heart space. Cups are heart space. And the Ace of Cups. So this is love. This is falling in love with something. Falling in love. I fill my own cup first. This makes me feel joyful. It fell out on gratefulness, grateful and sincere relationships. So it could just be having the strength to say, I love you, I'm grateful for you. I appreciate the fact that you're sincere with me, because I am sincere with myself. Always, always, it's got to come from self. The work's got to be done on the inside. We can't, there's a song, I've lost it, but it's something, I think it might be Coldplay. Something about, people lying to themselves. When we live in such a world of deceit, it's because people aren't honest with themselves. The work has to start from the inside, and I fill my own cup first. I do what makes me happy. If you get called selfish for that, then that is because people are wanting something from you, because that someone made up that word selfish. It's called self-love. I fill my own cup first, and then I have enough to give out, which is the Six of Pentacles, in equal balance of giving and receiving. Not, oh, well, that's just selfish, because whoever it is dependent upon something that you're giving them, and it's obviously not in equal balance. But that sincere relationships and being grateful for them fills your cup. There needs to be a coming together of this. a wider coming together, whether it be physically or online. It needs to be collective, all having the same foundations, sincere relationships, honesty, being able to be open and honest. I speak from my heart space. Therefore, I am. Like I said in the dream that I had last night with the new haircut, not everyone liked it. Not everybody is going to... And that's it, Seven of Swords. She is sifting through the water to see whether it's pure or not, is my feeling. It's a very... Seven of Swords in the other decks is, you know, calculated... calculated as in it can be used in an advantage state, but she's actually looking through to see whether the water's been filtered or not, to see who's been or being filtered around her. What's serving me is this, you know, it looks like from the picture that the water's actually killed the rose. So she's testing it out. She's using her mental agility to be able to decipher whether the water's good enough or not, is my feeling with that. And fairy spotting landed on the priest, sorry, landed on fairy spotting. So again, this is about opening up the third eye. This is about opening up the third eye and seeking out mentors, looking in books. We open up our third eye by expanding our mind, which is learning. We've got to learn new things or be able to see things from a different perspective in order to expand our mind. So this again is fairy spotting. It's that I don't believe it, so therefore it's not real. It's changing that mindset. And that may involve seeking out, I always say he's sitting on books, seeking out new teachers, learning new skills, removing these masks. These are always like spiritual lessons about, you know, changing from the inside out. Landed on fairy spotting and come together. This, you know, fairy spotting and come together. Getting in touch with the people who are masters at their skills, who can help, you know, Reiki, whatever it is, to enhance, to become stronger in mastering our own dragon, because we all have this dragon energy inside of us. It's a powerful source. It's source energy that can be used to spot fairies. You know, write cups, have sincere relationships, be grateful, fill our own cup with this source energy. But you've got to stay strong in that belief, I feel, is the message. And the sun fell out on the 7 and the 6 of Pentacles. So it's like there's nothing to worry about. There is no lack. She's glowing. She's got this child on her lap because it's an infancy. It's a new beginning, but she's nurturing him. But the sun energy is positive, radiant, you know, everything lights up under the sun, and it fell out on the 6 and 7, so it's keep going, keep doing what you're doing, everything's coming in, and again, it's harvest time. I think we've been moving into Leo energy soon, won't we? But this all feels very much like new foundations. And then we have the Tower. So there was a collapse, yeah, there was a collapse of the old, a breaking down. This is something that is, you know, a false structures. We're seeing that in the collective. We're seeing old systems, you know, that I can't even get an appointment. I cannot even do an online consultant now unless I'm up at 8 o'clock. You know, we're seeing all these things that were in place coming down, but then we have to do that on the inside as well. These foundations that we've been brought up on, built on, aren't, they're not going to fit with the way the new things that are coming out or being created. So we have to do the deconstructing and then the rebuilding from the ground up within ourselves. Then we see it on the outside. And then we have the Hanged Fair. So again, it's letting go of control of the outcome. I'm going to put this wish out there, but you know, it may not come back exactly as I've wished for. But it's about letting go of control of the outcome of what it's meant to look like. And she's viewing things, it's a pause. She's viewing things from a different angle. And then we have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is in his heart space. He makes decisions from his heart space, but he's not always necessarily verbal about it. He might have problems expressing himself, but he's divine masculine in that he gets things done. And like I said, he keeps his cards close to his chest. This may represent a male, or it could actually represent the energy of getting into the King of Cups energy, where we are, you know, in our fields, in our heart space. Decisions are made from our heart space, but it's more about the doing and keeping a little bit quiet, you know, not screaming it from the rooftops. Like I said, there feels like this metamorphosis that's going on, where we are changing, and not everybody is coming along, you know. And it's not something that we need to really be shouting about. It could be something that's happening internally. This is all heart space stuff. But it could actually represent a King of Cups. And then bottom of the deck we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a brand new gift. It's normally a gift that comes from the universe or source or wherever when you've closed out a cycle. It's harvest time. It's reaping the rewards. It's something that you've learned that can be used in this realm, if you like, to start a business. It's the Ace of Pentacles. It's the beginning of a new cycle. Could be a new relationship, but I'm not getting that. I'm going to go straight to the Fairy Oracle and see what they've got to say about the situation. So yeah, the Knight of Cups could be the King of Cups coming in. But again, there's always this, so there was a breakdown of foundations that weren't serving, a change in attitude, a change in seeing things, being grateful for different things, but coming together with like-minded people. And the glamour, yeah, see, he's come out before, and this, again, it's like not rushing in. That again, that's over this side, and along with the devil as well. He does look a little bit like the devil because he's glamorizing something. He's making something look glamorous to lure us in, if you like. But it's also, we have to try not to glamorize ourselves. Again, is these masks that are coming away, that are dropping. So I'm going to put him on top of the devil. And the sage as well. The sage is wise wisdom, knowing when to let go. He's a little bit like the high priest. Knowing when to move forward. Everything is balanced. So there's a little bit of justice in there as well. But it's knowing when to move forward, when to hold on to things, and when to let go. And again, that fell on top of the hanged fair. Letting go of control. I release the need to control outcomes. But Capricorn, the Capricorn moon, it's very earth-like. I've been clearing out a lot of stuff from the house. I've been putting things in order. It's you know, very organised. So this is the guardian of the gate. So yeah, I did actually pick up the other night as well about a gateway. And let's just keep going with these. I'll do a few in a row. Guardian of the gate. Yeah, I saw that as well. I saw little, I mean the veil's thin. I saw little pockets of holes. I had people knocking on the door. If I didn't recognise them, I didn't let them in. But it's a clearing up of. We can't possibly manifest a new way of being until we've cleared up the old, clearing out the old, death of the old, so that the new can come through. But he's cloaked, he doesn't actually know where he's going or what's about to happen, but he's got this ball in his hand, which is 100%, it's his knowledge, and it's his trust, and it's his faith in the crystal ball, if you like. I can't see where I'm going, I don't know where I'm going, but I just believe, I trust that it's going to be better. It's got, you know, it's a new, improved. So we have the Singer of Courage, which fell out again on the Sage, but it's a number 8. Bravery. I'll hold it up there. Bravery, sublimination of fear and moral strength. So yeah, that's when I was talking about strength at the beginning. Strength comes in all different shapes and sizes. It's not about, you know, like I said before, people think having a poker face and not expressing your feelings is being strong, but it's actually the opposite. Most people have decided by the age of 3 or 4 what they must do in order to survive. From this decision, this belief about how the world is, most of our fears and self-limitations grow. Have we the courage to discover and break through these limiting beliefs, awaken to greater possibilities, and go for our objectives? We need to transcend our fears and accept the gift of courage. And then the guardian of the gate. So obviously we've got the Lion's Gate coming up. I shall read it to you. There we go. Drawing this card indicates that a passage is being made to the beginning of something new in our lives. It speaks of new opportunities and new openings. Passing through this gate may lead to physical journey, mental or emotional, or a journey of the spirit. It always leads to adventure. This gateway will also lead to significant change in our lives. The passage through such a gate changes us. The gate we face may not seem like much. The decision to enter may not be of great matter or moment, but the presence of the guardian of the gate tells us that something important is happening. It indicates that going forward through that gate is no small thing, but something to be approached with awareness and prayerfulness. We are embarking on a new phase of our lives, and there will be no going back once the gate has been passed. That is the kind of transition the guardian of the gate leads us to, always to irrevocable change. We may of course ask the guardian of the gate for guidance and protection on our journey, and we would be wise to do so. Alternatively, the presence of the gatekeeper in a reading may indicate that the querian is being asked to help open the gate for someone else. The job of the gatekeeper or gatekeeper's assistant is to merely open the gate, not to push people through it. So that feels like that's what this strength is calling us to take the opportunity to be able to see things differently with gratitude and courage, and that believing is seeing. And then we have number 2 at the bottom of the deck, which is Esquilasca. I can't pronounce it. Ecstasy, joy, rapture, and motivation. This is kind of like the Sun card, really. Ecstasy is something people seek. It feels better than feels good. It feels well, ecstatic. We experience it in tiny bursts and in bigger surges. It enables us to recognise the sacred nature of our own being as an experienced fact, not merely a theory or artificial of faith. Ecstasy is not something we can make within ourselves, but something that flows through us when we open ourselves to it. It fills us with power and with motivation to grow, to become what we have the positive potential of being, and to fulfill our purpose in being here and now on this planet. When we are feeling these surges of joy, we are empowered, and we know that we are on an appropriate track for us. The track that leads to greater meaning and fulfillment in our lives. This card in the reading says, among other things, go for it. It confirms that once we are on course, moving in a good direction, and that we are in harmony with the great song. It says, great joy and great accomplishment are within your reach. Its song also lights up and empowers the cards around it, healing the past, intensifying the moment, and enlightening the future. Beautiful. I'm going to close with a rose. I'm not going to bother with the ravens today. I'm really hoping that the bits that broke up is going to make it watchable. So the message is strength. Stay strong. Keep believing. Look out for the distractions. Keep focused. and come together collectively. We need to come together, whether that be physically or online, with the same moral foundations and a wanting for change. We can manifest this. Sacred union, beloved within, inner and outer relationships. And then 3 fell. Held. Sureness of the soul, unseen help, support and community. So that's come together. We're out there. We've just got to find each other. Just call it in. This one came out. Plant yourself here. Integration, embodiment, grounded action. So yeah, this is feet on the streets. This is getting together in community and doing the groundwork, coming together. And then we have the rose thread. Inner call, soul-led, mystic, the mystic and living courageously. Courage. Courage to move forward, courage to change, courage to step through the gate. I love you lots.